And we are recording. So, welcome back to Arc 2 of my In the Works game, Project Eyon. It's been some time since we've had our previous episode, but we are back now again, and we are ready to continue on with this story. It's New Year's now. You've turned a new leaf, so to speak. Everybody is continuing on with their lives, seemingly as if nothing had happened, seemingly as if everything is right in the world. It seems like the memory of all of those kidnappings have vanished, almost as if they never happened. But Kasha, you know the truth, and you've informed your allies of the truth. You, along with Jonah, Takana, and your brother Rokosh, dug deeper into the mystery surrounding those kidnappings, and you found out that this is not over. Not yet. Together, and trudging through the political waters to get this investigation done, you found out that the innkeeper was in fact just a pawn. He was not the real perpetrator behind all of these kidnappings. He was manipulated and coerced into doing all of that. The real culprit, it seems, is a Pandoran woman who claims that she is a servant of the Eyon Termina. You've informed your allies about this, and you had previously spoken with the captain of the guard, named Marcus. Marcus, he continued the investigation. He reopened it, and you've noticed a few things since then. One, he did not, or seemingly has not, made any effort to cancel, one, the New Year's festival that's happening currently, or the Winter Summit that's also happening. That's still happening, even as we speak, in fact. But you did notice that the amount of guardsmen and general security all around, such as patrols and, just different stations, have been more heavily manned. And there's been an active manhunt for this mysterious figure that you have shown to Marcus. But, unfortunately, there's been no leads and no progress made on this investigation. So, we're going to actually begin with Valan. Valan, you are just recently arriving in Circa, actually, off of a merchant's vessel. It's been a few days' journey to get here by sea. How's your character been dealing with, that journey?
Um, Valon steps off the boat, um, initially in a state of relief. He's never really been much of a sea person. He didn't even like going to the beach in the first place. So it's been a rough few days for him, and if anything, he's glad to have finally reached his destination.
Gotcha. There's the sound of fireworks exploding above you, and if you were to look up, you could see all of the colors. And it's cold here. It's really cold. You can see your breath on the air. But despite the cold, there are many, many people around. And you see a long line ahead of you to get into the city proper. It's
Uh,
perhaps an hour or so of waiting through the line to get in. They seem to be expediting people. It goes a lot quicker than you would anticipate, actually. Um, but you manage to get up to the front gate, and you see this haggard old man manning the station. He looks up at you, and he says to you, "What's your business in Circa, young man?"
I I came looking for a school actually. If I remember correctly, it's called the School Arcana. I was supposed to be meeting somebody there to talk about an item.
"Oh, you're one of those mage apprentices?"
Um, no, I'm not even exactly sure what that is. I'm just a kid who's interested in history and magic. That's all.
"I got you. And do you have some form of identification, any papers, anything of that nature? I just need a record of who you are exactly." You would have
Um,
these papers, of course.
Oh, got you. Yeah, I just reach into my coat pocket and take out some papers. As you can see here, my name is Valon. I'm from not too far away, son of a shopkeeper.
He examines the papers. You notice he has to bring it like really close to his face to actually like understand the writing. He takes a quick glance over, hands the papers back to you. Very good. You may enter, and then he begins to like scribble down some writing, presumably of your having entered the city.
All right. I take note of that, but since I'm in a hurry, I just continue onwards. I
Gotcha.
stopped to ask somebody on the way. Do you know where the school Arcano is?
You go through. Um, would you just be asking like some rando off the street or like a guard, or?
Um, more it. I guess it doesn't really matter. Pretty much the first person who doesn't look, who looks semi-respectable, I guess.
Gotcha. You approach this guardsman. He doesn't seem too busy. Um, he's just sort of standing there. It's a Pandoran. He has short brown hair. He's perhaps around your age, you would imagine. And he takes your question and he says, "Oh, well, I'm really sorry to tell you, but the school's not going to be opening until tomorrow. But I know a place you can stay if you're looking for some sort of an inn."
Well, I guess if I have to wait anyway.
All right. Well, follow me. My shift was actually just ending. I was going to head over there.
All right, thanks. And I'll follow him a little bit cautiously, but I mean, he's a guard here, so not too cautiously.
Gotcha. He's leading you into the slums. Um, the activity here is not as active as it was, but you notice that there are still like some hot spots. As you're walking, the guard, without looking back at you, he says, "So, name's Jonah. What about you? What brings you to Circa?"
Uh, the name's Valon. I say, kind of apprehensively. Um, I just got here off the boat. I just came to speak to somebody at the school, and you know, not much else to say, to be honest with you. I lived a pretty normal life, so nothing too exciting.
Well, that's fair enough. Are you trying to enter as a student, perhaps?
Uh, Possibly. I actually don't plan on staying in town too long. Just reading a few books and then making my way on to another part of the world.
Ah, you're a traveler then?
Yes. Just started traveling actually. This is my first big stop since I've been on the voyage.
Is this your first time to Circa?
Yes it is. My first time out of my hometown, to be honest with you.
Where are you from originally?
Uh, Out of character, where am I from originally? I don't know if he gave the place a name.
You're from the Pandoran country. That's Navheim.
Got you. Uh, I'm from Navhan.
Oh, the mainland, huh?
Yeah, but still out in the country part of it.
Fair enough. Well, country boy, there's a lot of friendly people here in Circa, but I would keep your caution, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, about that. When you told me you had a place to stay, I didn't think you'd take me to a place like this, as he says, looking around at the state of things around him.
Oh, he turns around to you. He sort of like rolls his eyes for a second. Sorry about that. I understand that's probably a little suspicious. See, my friends here, they've just recently acquired a piece of property, and they've taken it after doing a service for the city, and they're running it now as a bar, in fact. And I'm just trying to make sure they get the business they deserve, you know? I understand, though, you have every reason to be suspicious, of course.
Well, you've been nothing but nice so far, and I guess my life's in your hands. If you say they're nice people, I don't really have a choice but to take your word for it.
I'd be careful with that sort of optimism, friends. If you want my opinion, I think some of the worst people are the most seemingly kind ones.
Thanks for the vote of confidence in your fellow city people.
It's just a word of caution.
He kind of laughs it off and continues to follow him to the tavern.
Gotcha. You arrive, and Gemini, what is your tavern called now? You're muted, by the way.
It's a joint tavern. You know, it came to me when I was playing a hand of cards. Uh, I the we're gonna you know what? Let me what's a random name that I would have thought of? How about
I got a name generator right here.
we never thought about the name of our bar. That is so amazing. Oh, I wanted to be a pun though.
Maybe you
Just call
haven't.
it the bar.
Maybe you haven't. Maybe you haven't renamed it yet.
We're holding a tournament. Whoever can drink the most alcohol gets to name the bar, and
Okay.
that happens to be going on tonight.
Gotcha. Perfect. And business is a booming. In fact. So you look up at the name of the bar, and it's called Redner and Sons Inn. Villan. That's the name of the bar. Uh, Jonah Jonah steps forward, and he opens the door for you. Inside, you can smell like perhaps food being cooked and other sorts of various things, and you can also hear just all of the like cheers and the jeering from the people inside. They seem to be having a great time. Maybe Gemini even has a band playing or something, or maybe he is the band, or maybe he's putting on a show for all the people. What are you doing, Gemini, as they step inside?
We are dancing. Me and Mr. Puppet.
Okay, could you describe that for our friend Villan here?
Gemini has taken the on top of the bar and has his wooden puppet strung up, and the puppet is doing insane feats of amazement, like backflips and somersaults and the Russian leg dance that everyone's familiar with in
Okay.
this part of the world.
Go ahead and give us a. Go ahead and give me a talk social roll.
You know what? I can. Or I'm gonna do that in the general chat, I suppose.
Yep. Don't forget if you have a specialty, which I'm pretty sure you do. I think I gave you one. You get a +1 from that specialty.
Where's our specialties at?
It'll be in parentheses next to your skill on your sheet.
Ah, gotcha. You said a social talk roll is what you said?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. What did I do wrong?
I don't know. That should have worked.
I didn't put the space. No?
That. Oh no! Don't tell me my bot is broken. Oh no.
You lost your bot. What a noob. Hold on, I'm gonna do it in the dice roll thing.
Yeah, maybe that'll work. It was bugging out the other day too. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Well, looks like we've done all we can do. You guys have a good night.
That's lovely. So we're gonna have to have a separate dice roller then until, or if you guys have physical dice, you can use physical dice too. So
I do not.
Okay. You'll if you Google a dice roller, you'll find one. Just make sure you can roll 2d10 with it. That's the important thing.
I found one. Hold
Okay.
up. Alright, here it goes. It's an 11.
Like even with your bonuses in 11.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's the worst roll Gemini's ever gotten. So Gemini's too drunk to do this.
So you're off your game, and as you and Mr. Puppet are dancing on the top of this bar. I'm gonna say you actually like Mr. Puppet under your control. He look, it's working now. That's so weird.
Reroll.
It just took forever to actually send the message.
Oh, there it is. Look, I got a 19 or 15.
15. Okay, I'll use. And that's fine.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Okay. Anyways, well, one of those is a lot better than the other. We'll just go with the 11. We'll go with the
Okay.
11. So Mr. Puppet, he like slips off of the bar and he like lands on the ground and he just like splays on the ground, right? And even though he can't like blink his eyes or like make a face at you, you can just feel his gaze just burning into you, Gemini, as you yourself,
Sorry.
as you yourself almost like slip off of the bar, right? You can hear the people around you just like laughing their asses off at you, pretty much.
Mr. Puppet drank too much tonight, and so did I.
So, Valan, you see this happen, and yeah, it seems like a pretty good time. At this time, I would like to know what everybody else is doing. I'm gonna say you're all here in the bar. So Kasha, well, what would Kasha be doing?
Well, probably be sitting at the bar, surrounded, in the darkest part of the bar. And when she sees Mr. Puppet fall on the floor, she'll probably be like, "Ha, Puppet." And then as he just lays there, just for the fun of it, she's going to play with the shadows and make it look like there's shadowy tendrils coming out of the puppet.
Nope.
Gotcha. You get a few like reactions out of this. Some people are like, "Huh? What is that? What's going on?" But nobody seems to like freak out over it or anything. Marcus, what about you? What are you doing? You're muted, by the way, Marcus.
Yeah, first thing I had to do was turn my mic back on. I'm sitting in a corner in as dark and secluded a spot as I can, nursing one drink for as long as I can because I'm usually broke. And when the puppet falls on the floor, I don't take Mr. Puppet falls on the floor. I don't take much notice, but when tendrils start coming out of it, I'm looking around to see who's doing that shit.
You quickly find the obvious display of magic coming from Kasha, and you're like, probably I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
I don't think she's going to do any harm with it, so I leave it alone.
Gotcha. Torgwin, what about you?
I probably also sit in some corner, probably at the same table as Cash or Marcus.
Okay.
Also sipping at a drink. Yeah, just
Gotcha.
watching the scene.
Gotcha. So, yeah, it seems pretty nice in here, Valan, and you figure you might be able to chat up some of these patrons here, perhaps the owner of the bar himself, or the guardsman, see what you might be able to figure out about, what's been going down in Circa, that sort of stuff. So Jonah says to you, well, I don't know if you were like looking for anything or what all you might be here, but if you're looking for information about Circa or whatever, you can ask me, or you can ask. He points you over to the drunken man manipulating the puppet, my friend Gemini over there, and either of us will be able to help you out if you have any questions or anything.
Valon nods kind of not exactly worryingly, but with a slight hint of concern, and says, I don't think I'll be able to get much information off your friend over there for a while. On the other hand, I could probably use a drink after this journey that I've had.
Well, why don't you come with me, man? I can get you a drink. It'll be on me.
Alright, and we just go to the bar. I look around at the different kind of characters that I see in here, just to get a general overlay of what type of place it is. And I turn back to Jonah and say, what's the occasion here? The people seem to be partying pretty hard. Now that I think about it, I did see fireworks when I got off the boat.
He looks at you for a moment. Oh, we do this every year in Circa during the New Year's. Everybody holds a big bash. It's a great time for business, Everybody seems to have a good time. I just wish it could have been under lighter circumstances, unfortunately.
Uh, lighter circumstances. What do you mean?
Well, um, we had a bunch of disappearances happen. Um, last month, they seem to have stopped, but I don't think it's over just yet. To be
I
honest
mean,
with you.
for a big city like this, kidnappings have to be almost everyday occurrence.
Well, they happen semi-frequently, but it was happening so quickly, and there were so many people. It was very, very unusual to say the least.
Huh.
But we found all of them, and we managed to free them.
Well, that's good. Did you at least catch the guy who was behind all this?
No, we didn't.
Huh.
We caught one of his associates. He's dead now. Unfortunately, he died because he got into a confrontation with us. I wish we could have taken him alive, gotten some answers out of him, but that's just not how it happens. Unfortunately.
That's a shame. To think I'd come to this big city where it was supposed to be safe and full of guards.
Well, it is full of guards, and we are doing our best to keep it safe.
And with all these kidnappings, you'd think that maybe you guys would postpone this party or something. It seems like if you didn't catch the main guy, isn't there risk that more people could end up getting kidnapped? Especially when they're in the streets half inebriated?
I tried to explain that to the guard captain, and I don't know, just nothing ever came of it. We explain, we know that the real perp is still out there. We don't know where they are. We haven't been able to find them. It's like they're a ghost or something. It's really bizarre. But he wouldn't have it. I take it that there's some politics involved, because this festival is such a big event. It brings so much commerce to Circa, and we had already delayed the winter summit until we could guarantee the safety of the diplomats. So it was either his decision not to do anything about it, or the assembly itself wouldn't allow for him to postpone it any further. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not that high up in the system myself.
Well, nothing we could do about it now, I don't think, so I guess we'll just get back to drinking.
Sounds like a plan to me, man. And he goes over to the bar, and Gemini, Jonah approaches you, and he lays down some coin in front of you. He lays down 5 pieces for you, and he says, "Hey, man, can I get a drink for myself and my friend here?"
You sure can, man. It's on the house.
Oh, you're not making me pay? All right. He scoops his coin back.
I'm gonna fall over. Then you just look at Mr. Puppet, and he's just standing there just looking at me.
Yeah.
Just looking. He's not doing anything. He's just staring at me like, what the hell are you doing?
All right. And I'm going to say, having heard you say that it's on the house, I'll say that Marie actually goes ahead and serves those drinks. So you see this Pandoran woman. She's rather young. She's dressed in like a barmaid sort of an outfit. And she serves you, both of you, a drink. And she says, "Here you go, gentlemen. I hope you enjoy." And yeah, you have a drink in front of you now. Jonah quickly begins to down his own as he looks to you.
So where are the rest of these friends you were talking about?
Well, the owner here is one of them. You see the Orkin over there, and he points into the corner, and you see this Orkin, and she's like working at these shadows. You notice this obvious display of shadow magic as these like sort of tendrils are like undulating from the puppet.
Got you. You see Valan's eyes open with surprise. I don't think I've ever seen one of those before. Mostly Pandorans, but never something like this.
Oh yeah, they're seafaring people. They come here all the time. You'll see a lot of the different races here at this time of year, though. So, it's a good way to broaden your horizons, I guess, huh?
Uh, I guess so. Can't be a country boy forever.
Who would want to be a country boy forever?
So I think Valon's going to get up with the drink and head over towards them to say hello, make introductions.
Okay. Torgwin, would you say that you're sitting with Marcus or that you're sitting with Kasha?
Probably with Kasha, I would guess.
Okay. So, Valon, you approach them and you notice that they're sitting in a booth, right? There's 3 people. There's the Orkin that Jonah had pointed out to you. There's this Ulf. If you haven't seen an Orkin before, you probably haven't seen an Ulf either, because they're even more reclusive, so to speak. So they're like this short sort of race, like maybe 4 foot tall at most. They have this horn just like jutting out of their forehead, right? And you also see this flug, which is like this bird man. It's kind of like a anthropomorphic raven, I guess you could say, right? But they have like white feathers on them. And as you approach, what do you do, Valon?
As he approaches and he starts to get a view of all 3 of these characters, you see him take a drink as he thinks to himself, what a strange band of creatures to be hanging together.
All right. So this random Pandoran approaches your group. Do Kasha or Torgwin say anything as he approaches?
Oh well, Kasha's talking about some of the magic she's been studying, and then she's like, I just learned a new spell. Watch this, and then all of a sudden, she turns into a raven.
Okay. So real quick, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to make a spellcasting roll.
Alrighty, give me a second.
Okay. I believe I set the difficulty at that one for 16, and you're gonna roll attunement, willpower, and your mysticism together.
Okay, I need to run in and grab my notebook real fast. I'm sitting outside having a cigarette.
Okay. All right. So Torgwin, do you say anything to this gentleman who has walked up and is like just currently like observing?
Nah, I just look at him and wonder why he's standing there, but then like turn my attention back to the table
Gotcha.
until he like says something.
Gotcha. Well, in that case, then Chorus will be the one to ask the question, and he looks over and he says, "Who are you?" The flug asks.
Valon keeps his face together as he is still trying to process these very non-Pandoran forms that he's saying. He might have read about some wonderful sounding or looking creatures in some books, but to see them in person is a whole different thing. My name's Valon. I'm from out of town, but your friend Jonah over there said that you were close friends and nice people. Just wanted to say hello. That's all.
Gotcha. So, Kasha, you successfully cast your spell. What do you turn into?
A raven.
Okay, so you're watching Valon as this Orkin, right? This hulking Orkin, right? Their form begins to like glow and shift, right? Almost like water, right? As they like shrink almost into the form of this raven perched on the side of the table.
You see Valon he drops his drink and he's like, "Blessed Eons, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what just happened?" He's basically like kind of freaking out, asking like, what's going on?
Magic, my friend. Magic.
Another one of her party tricks, I'm sure. Chorus says.
Doesn't seem like a party trick. could actually come in handy.
Yeah, I might need to learn that one myself. How would you learn something like that?
Books and a lot of studying. But I might be able to teach you a thing or two, friend. Come sit.
He cautiously sits at the booth, overstepping the spilled drink. I guess I'm gonna have to buy another one of those. Hopefully, it's free again.
Marcus, I'll say that you're also sitting at this table. No reason to keep you out of this. So if you're there, you can say something if you want to. You're muted, by the way, if you're talking. I don't know if you are or not. Marcus, you there?
Yeah, I forgot I was muted.
That's okay. Happens to the best of us.
I saw her do that in a bar with people around. I'm looking around to see what the people are thinking or doing.
Oh, you definitely see some people like looking at you, like for sure.
Well, looking at her, I'm not with her.
Oh, you're not with her? Okay, so you're at a different table?
I'm one table away by myself,
Okay, gotcha.
and I'm trying to see if anybody's going to like form a lynch mob, because I'm against that.
Nah, there's no one ignorant enough in here tonight to do anything like that. But you're definitely getting some stares. Well, not you specifically, but Kasha's definitely getting some stares. They're kind of the odd table out, to say the least. So, anyways, Milan, you sit cautiously, stepping rather, over your drink, and Kasha, what do you say to this newcomer?
So, what brings you to a place like this, friend?
Just traveling through. I actually came to go to the magic school and read a few books there myself, but it seems like it's going to be closed until tomorrow.
Books? I have a few books.
Well, are they books on extremely rare magical items? Because if not, I don't think they'll work.
Not sure. I haven't looked at them all myself yet.
Well, when you get a chance to, let me know. I'll definitely be interested. I might even pay a good price for it.
Hey, Phantom, I'm gonna message you something real quick.
Is Jonah at the table with us, or what? Did he stay at the bar?
He's staying at the bar, talking with some of the other people currently.
Got you. I guess since I'm still talking to Kasha, I'll ask them about the. Well, I don't have to talk in third person. So Kasha, Jonah told me something about some kidnappings that were going on. It sounded crazy and pretty dangerous to keep this party going. Do you guys know anything about that?
We know more than you think, my friend.
Ah, well, you are a
Are-
book person, so I'm sure you've read a lot about it.
Let's just say our little group here had a hand in breaking the thing, breaking the case.
You see his eyes. Oh, go ahead.
My brother was one of the missing people.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Was he one of the people that was found later?
We found him almost dead, but I managed to save him with the help of my friends here.
He looks around as he says, "Thank the gods for that then. Could have turned out a lot worse. The world can be a dangerous place."
Oh, that it can be. That it can.
So how exactly did you break this case? I mean, no offense to you guys, but you don't exactly look like the high magic investigation type.
Well, let's just say underneath this very inn, we found all the missing people, and it's now my little den, so to speak. I perform all of my rituals, make my potions, so on and so forth, yada yada yada. And as she's talking, she shifts back into her regular orcan form.
Okay. No roll required for that, by the way. Torgwin, were you gonna say something there?
Yes, but like off topic to the school. I don't know if they're done with their talk yet. No.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go ahead and say what you want to say, though. If you want to say it.
So about the school, I could maybe help you get in there. Because, well, I've been in there a few times since the incident.
You mean you could get me in there tonight or get me in there tomorrow?
Nah, tomorrow. Probably not today.
Alright. Well, I'll definitely take your offer on it, as I don't even know where the place is to begin with.
Well, then you definitely need help. That's for sure.
Alright. And he kind of smiles and I don't know.
Gotcha. As you three are talking there, Gemini, are you there? Are you?
Oh, yep, I'm here.
Okay. You are in.
I throw up.
Did you see? Did you see the message I sent you? Okay, you messaged me back. Blacksmith is in the market. Okay, so you're at the market, right? You're working.
I went to the market.
No, you are at the market. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're working alongside your help, and business is pretty good right now. You know, people are buying various different items, mostly just like little knickknacks that you've made.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, you hear screaming, and not the usual kind of like cheering screaming either, right? And you look up towards where the screaming is coming from, and you see this. Well, the only way I can describe it to you is you see this dark fog, sort of like descending from the sky above you, right? And you watch it, right, as it just like goes down, right, in like these various different like, how do I describe this, like puffs almost from the sky, and you see them like form into these creatures of all different shapes and sizes.
Oh shit.
Right? And you're like, what the hell is that? Right? And
Definitely.
you notice one of them in particular looks kind of like a mix between a man and a bull, right? As it takes its form, right? It begins to like run through the crowd, right? Just like skewering people and knocking them aside, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
And you hear it yell out in the common tongue. Somehow this creature seems to know it. And it says, "Attack, brothers! We take the city tonight!" What do you do?
This all happened just like an instant?
Yeah, like this is happening like right now. And you see like a lot of these creatures like forming out of this like smoke fog. Back at the bar, real quick, Torgwin.
Yeah.
You feel a warmth at your side coming from your dagger.
Oh, I take a quick look at it.
Okay. Do you do this discreetly, or do you like bring it out and look at it?
No, I lift it out of the sheath.
Okay. So everybody at the bar, you see this Alf take this this dagger that they've had on their side off, and you notice as soon as you take it out of the sheath, it's glowing white, and you know what that means. Torgwin, how do you react to this?
I let another "oh no" loose, and murmur demons.
All right.
And I kind of shudder.
And as you're
They're
reacting,
nearby.
as you're reacting to this, you begin to hear screaming coming from outside of the bar.
Am I under the impression that flame won't hurt demons?
Um, it will, yeah. Fire magic will work on them.
Okay, then I'm going to do the. I'm going to start preparing a fireball spell.
Okay, so you're gonna use your candle spell, so you have a flame to generate from.
Yeah, that's what it looked like that you did the candle first. So I'm going to do the candle first. Yep.
Gotcha. So your instincts upon hearing demons, your first instinct is to conjure this flame. I won't even have you roll for it. I'll say you just do it. It's such a simple spell, right? And you do this right as you hear screaming coming from outside of the bar, right? And you hear this bellowing roar just go throughout the city. Like it's probably the loudest thing you've ever heard. And it says 2 words, and it just screams out, Asphodel! And it's so loud, in fact, that it actually like shakes the entirety of the building that you're in. It probably like cracks the glass of the windows around you. And Gemini, back in the market, right? Things are in complete and utter fucking chaos, right? What would you be doing to try and escape this situation? Are you like running? Are you hiding? What are you doing?
No, I'm literally just gonna grab the apprentice and then we're just gonna go underground.
Okay, so you're just gonna hide like right there on the spot?
You fucking ain't right. Just boop, underground.
Gotcha. Okay, so before you do that though, here's what you see happen. You hear this like massive like wind almost just like burst through the area. It's so violent, in fact, that your cart gets like blown away with all of your like tools and stuff, and you yourself actually get thrown back a few feet by this. You look up as you see this gigantic winged creature. Out of character, it would be somewhat reminiscent to like a drake almost, right? And it lands on top of the arena, right? And it just yells out in this like loud voice, Asphodel! Right? And it just you feel your entire body like shake as it yells out, right? As you look at this creature, you notice as well something that shakes you to your core. All over its body, you see these gemstones glowing, and you recognize them instantly for what they are. Those are Terran eyes in that thing. All right.
I'm going underground. I'm underground.
That's fine. Yeah. You do that. You take yourself and your apprentice, and you go underground.
Ragnar is barring the fucking front door of the bar.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Phantom or Gemini is drunk.
Okay. What is everybody else going to do here, real quick?
Well, Kasha's running down to her little area and grabbing a few magical.
Kasha. You know that there are a lot of innocent people around here. And thinking quickly, I'll say if you wanted to, you think you might be able to hide in your little, like, crawly area for at least a little while to get away from this and, like, come up with a plan about what you're going to do here for whatever is happening outside.
Alrighty. Before she runs off, she's like, "Come with me if you want to live."
So you just, like, yell that out to the bar, pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that case, the people of the bar, like, if they're not panicking and, like, running out or hiding somewhere in the bar itself, they're beginning to follow you, Kasha, as you lead them down into your area. What will the rest of the party be doing?
I'm casting fireball at that thing.
Oh, no, there's nothing that you can see just yet, but you can hear things.
Oh, somebody else saw it. I thought I saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
then I'm going to take up the rear of the people following Kasha and keep my eye out behind us and
Gotcha.
follow her.
Gotcha. All right. Torgwin, you gonna follow them as well?
Yeah, and I'm gonna cast Deep in Shadows in the meantime.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we get out.
You're just covering your retreat, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Valan, are you gonna follow the group as well?
Yeah, Valon don't know what the fuck's going on, so he's just following along.
Gotcha. Okay. And I assume Gemini is taken by Ragnar, right? You're muted, by the way, Mike.
Yes, Gemini is being escorted by Ragnar after Ragnar barred the front door. Ragnar's gonna stand up, grab Marie, the kid, and then scoop Mr. Puppet up with his other hand, and we're all going down into the cellar.
Gotcha. And I'll say that Ragnar closes the entrance to the cellar.
Perfect.
All right. So it's dark in here. The only light, and it seems almost unnaturally dark, because of the spell that Torgwin is using to cover your retreat. The only light is coming from Marcus's candle spell. It only casts a dim light in this darkness. And above you, you can hear the muffled sounds of fighting, people screaming, buildings being destroyed and damaged, right? And it sounds like complete and utter chaos up there. You have no idea exactly, well, Gemini would know exactly how bad things are up there, but the rest of you have no idea what exactly is happening or how bad it is.
As we're all moving down this tunnel, bouncing off each other's bodies, trying to get into the darkness, Gemini is just telling everybody, it's bad. It's real bad. Everyone's gonna die.
Except he's saying that like in a drunken slur, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Kasha, you notice that your friend Gemini is severely inebriated. Would you like to give him a... you can use your water magic to try and sober him up real quick if you'd like to.
Yeah, what she does, instead of just regular room temp water, it's going to be as cold as she can make it before it starts to freeze.
Gotcha. All right.
And to make it even worse, she's going for right where it counts, right in the no-no zone.
Oh, right. Okay. So Gemini, you get splashed with freezing cold water, right? And you feel the water is also infused with mana, and instantly you feel sober again.
Well, that was cold. Oh god, that was cold. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. There is a monstrous dragon in the city right now, and there are many, many creatures that spawn from this misty black fog that came from the sky. It spawned these creatures that are just slaughtering civilians right now.
Okay, and instantly, most of you recognize exactly what that description means, and that's like 100% the description of what a demon would do. Like what they would look like, how they would manifest. Except that there's something really off. They never make it this obvious and never appear in numbers like is being described here. Something is definitely not right.
Out of the blue, Kasha's like, we must find the Winchesters.
Come on now. Come on, take it a little bit more seriously at least. So, it's discussion time. What's your plan exactly?
Well, once Kasha gets into her little area, she's going straight to her books and starts looking up ways to possibly fight against this new foe.
Okay. Well, from what you know from demons, they are severely weak to radiant magic, which is unfortunate because, as far as you know, that's kind of lacking in your party, actually.
Oh yeah, especially with her.
Yeah. Um, you can fight them. You can fight them, but it's really not recommended that you do so. So, you think perhaps your best option would be to try to make some kind of a stealthy escape out of at least out of the town. Maybe you could go into the countryside of Circa, or maybe you could find a boat to get out of here. What does everybody else have to say about this situation as it's happening?
Oh, wait. All right. Valon is like, what? Wait, did they say it was demons out loud, or
Yeah, like you've heard
okay?
that being like tossed around several times now.
Got you. I kind of stop him, like, guys. What exactly do you mean by demons?
Well, demons aren't my expertise by any means. I'm gonna yell at Marcus. What's a demon? Tell the man what a demon is. I'm not drunk anymore. Tell him what a demon is. Tell him.
Demons are beings from another plane of existence. It's sort of a general definition. These demons, I don't know much about the individual types.
Well, are they like, are we all gonna die, or like, what's going on
More than likely, eventually, but this city is really important to me, so I'm not going to neglect the chance to defend it. There's libraries here. There's books.
Valon stops and thinks about the books.
People, I suppose.
He's like, think about the books, man.
So what exactly are we gonna do about it then? It seems like we're just running now. And I'll say we in a general sense. I'm just here. I gotta hear the plan before I know if I'm in or not.
That is actually what we should do, I guess, because to be honest, we cannot fight them. If they're really that many.
Well, somebody's going to be fighting them. There's all these guards and there's other magicians. There's a whole school of magic.
If it's as bad as Gemini has described it, Marcus, the masters themselves will be out in the streets, like doing pretty much everything they can to keep the city safe.
Right. So we don't have to destroy all the demons. We can just help out.
That's another strategy that crosses your mind, Marcus. You could try to meet up with the masters and then go from there, maybe follow their direction, see what they want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to look for them, but if I run into any of the enemy, I'm going to try to. I can't. I'm not really a fast runner or real good at hiding.
Makes sense.
I am going to try to skulk around and find the masters and see what their plan is.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to try to sneak out as a group, sneak out as individuals? Try and what do you want to do exactly? What's the group thinking at this point?
Gemini, can we burrow a tunnel from here to the school? Because that's going to be the best defended place.
That is possible. You could definitely try to build a tunnel to get underground. And that should keep you relatively safe.
It'll at least save the civilians.
Exactly.
So,
but that will take forever.
If we have a tunnel, we can get to the school.
I don't know about forever, because I've seen some pretty quick movements underground recently in my travels from here in the bar.
You're reminded actually of the faceless men and how they seemingly were able to like phase through solid matter.
Yep. So, tunnel it is.
All right. In that case, I'll say that you and Ragnar begin to use your magic to
And then-
collectively make your way underground.
And then the at the market, we'll build a tunnel from the market directly to the school and just link those tunnels.
Okay. That's going to use a lot of mana, though.
That's fine. I will collapse unexhausted if I can save all these people.
Fair enough. I'm just thinking here. How much mana? I'm going to say it's going to use half your total mana to make those tunnels.
Okay.
All right. So, as quickly as you possibly can, you begin to make these tunnels underground to link together as close to where you think the school is as possible. Are you closing the exits behind you, or are you, like, just keeping them open? Perhaps if other people...
I'm
make
leaving
their
them
way-
open.
Gonna leave them open? Okay. Gotcha. You travel for a while, going as quickly as you can, until you think that you're just outside of the school. Like, right underneath it, almost. If you go up from here, you should be in front of the school.
And I'm assuming that everyone started following me down the tunnel.
Yes.
Marcus, you go first. You're from here. The ground just opens and we just toss them out and just shut the ground back open.
Okay, but that is a real good question. How do you want to, like, open this exit up to get up to get above ground?
Fucking pop the top off this bitch, throw the Marcus out, and good luck.
Well, I'm going out first. I mean, I'm armed.
There
I've
you
got
go.
this flame thing ready.
That's what I'm talking. We'll open it up and make like a staircase until it like leads out with like just enough room for him to like poke his head out first. Like, okay, we're safe. And then I'll open it more, and then Marcus can climb out and get to the door and try to get them to open the door for us.
Okay. As you exit out, you notice that the tower is how do I say this? It's dark. You see no lights inside or any signs of activity from within it. That could mean that there's people hiding in it, or that there's nobody inside. You're not exactly sure. Marcus, using your best guess, you would say that the Masters have already become aware of what is happening in the city, and are probably not here to defend the tower itself.
Well, that's logical unless the attack is on the tower.
Exactly. You also notice that Master Brock is not there either. Usually his red Jim would have already spotted you by now, but you don't see it anywhere on the tower itself.
Do I see any of the demons?
No. They do not seem to have gotten here yet, as far as you can tell.
I speak down to the eyes with the earth magic and say, "Seems clear for now."
Can you open the door?
I get out of the tunnel.
Okay.
Okay. Can you open the front door?
To the tower?
You
You're
know,
right.
You know that, Marcus, from what you know about the tower, Master Brock opens it with earth magic. So you yourself are not able to.
I'm gonna open the damn tower.
It opens to earth magic.
Mr. Puppet, I'm gonna throw Mr. Puppet out there. Open the tower, Mr. Puppet. I'm gonna throw him out.
Do you just throw him at the tower?
Yeah, you damn right I do.
Okay. Okay. You
He's gonna
throw him.
snatch him and just throw him.
Yeah, you throw him at the tower. Thank goodness Torgwin didn't get thrown again, huh? You throw
One
him
time
at the
is
tower.
often.
What is it? Sorry about that.
One time is often enough.
One time is enough. Yes, one time is enough.
I had a plan, it didn't work.
So he smacks against the stone wall of the tower, and you very quickly open it up. it opens to your will, allowing you to enter.
And then Mr. Puppet's going to wave everybody in. Let's go.
All right. You quickly begin to make your way in. Right? And once you and all the civilians and your party are in the tower, you close the door behind you, I'd imagine, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And it seems abandoned enough, honestly. Like, it's really quiet here, really no activity whatsoever.
What else do we see in here?
Right now, you're in the front entrance hallway.
Okay.
There are many different rooms here. There's a staircase if you go all the way down to the end of the hallway.
Mhm.
There's also various different sorts of classrooms and storage areas and dorms as well, from where the students live in this area.
Well, I'm gonna pick a room and go in there and just kick my feet up, start reading some books. Good luck, everybody else.
Shouldn't we? I thought we were gonna do something about this.
Yeah, you know what? That would be the moral thing to do. You lead the way.
I don't know where I am to begin with. I was just
That is
following
fair.
you guys.
I forgot. Okay, hold up. I nominate the new guy captain. All in favor?
Here.
Okay. All right. I'll stop the joking. All right. Let's get to business here. All right, we got all the civilians inside. They're all safe. Do we see any more civilians outside?
No, and it's
No.
relatively quiet in this part of the city as well.
Well, I'm like tapped out of my mana here, so I'm like that whole I'm gonna chill for a minute thing was not entirely a joke.
I guess I can see that he is tired. So, who all is? I think everybody's here, right?
Yes.
So I guess just talking to everybody else, like he's kind of in a state of panic. Like, but what about the demons? What about the other people outside?
All right. Who wants to go out there and save some civilians, raise your hand.
And at this point, Jonah speaks up and he says, "We can't just stay here. We have to go out there. I have a family out there."
Jonah, Mr. Puppet will go with you.
You're gonna send the puppet with me.
That's the best company.
I'm going.
Marcus is going. Thank you, Marcus. Brave soldier, you. I'm gonna sit down.
I just don't have much of anything to do without this city.
That's true.
I mean, Valon starts to look around again. Now that I think about it, I mean, I'm sure there are people already taking care of it. While I'm in the library and nobody's here, I might as well look around.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll go as well because I must find my brother.
Okay. So Kasha, Marcus, Torgwin, Jonah, Chorus, all of you,
Mr. Puppet.
and Mr. Puppet are going to go out into the city and see exactly what is happening.
Wait,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
ride in Corvus's
Is
back.
Marcus going or not? Because now I'm confused.
Yeah, Marcus decided he's going to leave and he's going to go.
All right, well, I guess if everybody else is going, I don't want to be stuck here.
Jim and I will stay.
Oh yes.
Jim and I, Ragnar, will stay and defend the civilians.
Oh yes. Before everyone leaves, Kasha hands Mr. Puppet a new metallic arm that she's been working on for him.
That is
Oh,
amazing.
sick.
I use my crafting to attach it.
Okay, you do so.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Sick.
Mr. Puppet has a metal arm.
Okay. You do have to lift the door open again, though. But don't worry, that's not going to cost you anything. You're just going to do it. All right. So, those that are going to leave, you do so, and you begin to make your way back towards the market, I assume.
Hold on, before we get back into this scene, I'd like to re-change my mind, knowing that people are staying. I would also stay.
I thought that's what you were going to do initially anyway.
Yeah, but I almost rechanged my mind when I thought everybody was going. I'd just like to clarify that I am indeed staying.
Okay.
So right now we have Gemini staying, Ragnar staying,
All of the
Valon staying,
civilians.
and the civilians.
Yeah.
And we have a blacksmith here and a blacksmith's apprentice. That's all.
Yeah.
Some
Currently,
good dangerous people.
the civilians are kind of like freaking out. Currently, like there's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of like, I need to get to my family kind of deal. We need to get out of here, that sort of deal going on. Anyways, those that are leaving, you begin to make your way towards the markets. Jonah, he breaks off and he says, "I'm sorry, I have to go get my family. I can't go with you." And he begins to like just go off towards the nicer part of town, the upper district, so to speak.
It was nice knowing you, Mr. Puppet says.
Okay.
Really weirdly, out of body.
So, Marcus, I assume then you're leading the way?
Yep.
All right. You make your way through the forest of surrounding the school, and you can see the flames and the smoke rising from the market district. And it seems indeed there is a fierce battle happening. Like, really, really awful. I'm trying to think here. You feel this massive wind blow through the area, and you look up just in time to see this pair of wings, like just bigger than any sort of creature that you've ever seen. I'll say. If you had to if I had to say like how big it is, it easily dwarfs the tower of your school. Like, it's massive. And you see it flying away, presumably from Circa. And around that time, you also notice that the land itself begins to like tremble violently, like an earthquake, right? Underneath all of your feet. And that's when you notice as well that the ground begins to like crack, almost as if the earth itself is being like torn apart. And you notice this in the tower as well. The tower itself is like shaking, Gemini.
Well, I am terrified.
Okay. And
I'm gonna go read some books.
okay. No better time to catch up on your reading, right?
I am exhausted. If I get into a fight right now, I'm toast.
Okay.
So
Marcus.
Ragnar and Gemini are gonna go read some books.
Gosh.
Hold on a second there. That's also Valon would also probably start making his way around. Actually, could he ask Gemini a question real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Sure. What is up, my friend?
Have you been here before? Do you know where they keep their books?
I was here once prior with a dead body. Didn't get a chance to really look at the books, so I think I'm just gonna take a stroll until I find some.
Same here, but I'll go in this other direction. If you
Sound-
find something, just yell. I'll try to pick yours out amongst the other yells in the streets.
Oh, there's tons of yells in here. Crying, puking, people are still drunk. It's okay. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay.
When they
anyways.
fall asleep, we'll take all their money. All right, let's go.
God. Marcus, you lead your entourage of people into the streets. You're at the forest's edge now. The trembling of the land is slowly intensifying, and you look out from the edge of the forest, and you see guardsmen and some of the civilians have taken up arms to defend their city from these monsters, but it is a very gruesome battle, to say the least. People are getting slaughtered, left and right. You see the masters that are present in the city still. There's 4 of them. You see Master Pius, Master Umbrus, Master Stride, and Master Brock standing in a sort of like circular formation, and they are fighting against these creatures as best as they can, along with the guard captain. They are the only group that seems to be doing like somewhat well for themselves. You see one of these demons, this bat-like creature, like rush down, right? And instantly, as it approaches, you see Master Stride generate this just massive sort of like I'm gonna say it's like pretty much a flamethrower as this creature is engulfed in these flames, and it sort of like flails around on the ground for a moment as it crashes, and then you notice quickly that it, as with any sort of outsider creature, it sort of dissipates into a cloud of mana, returning whence it came. So you see all of this happening. What does the group want to do? Do you want to join into the fray?
Well, I'm trying to pick out a target.
Gotcha. Okay. What about the rest of you? Torgwin, Kasha? What are your plans?
I just sent you a DM.
Oh,
If
sorry
you can
about
take
that.
a look at it real quick.
Okay, I replied to both of the messages I just got. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna make my way towards the masters
Okay.
because that's my best chance of solo right now. At least I would guess.
All right. Makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm moving in their direction looking for a target.
Okay. Gotcha. Kasha, will you join them? Kasha, you there? Lilith, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Sorry, my phone was lagging.
That's okay. Are you going to move with the rest of the
Yeah,
group?
she joins.
Okay. So
Yes.
the three of you rush out into the fray as quickly as you can. And here's what I'm going to say. You are intercepted by this creature that leaps off of one of the nearby buildings. It looks like a mix of like a spider and like a man almost, right? And it wields this spear, right, as it just lunges down. It quickly turns its butt towards you as it's going to try and do something, but you have a chance to react. What would you like to do?
Would it be possible to use some water magic to create some possible ice spikes underneath it?
Absolutely. You can definitely try to do that. Just give me a spellcasting roll, and you're looking for, I'm going to say, at least a 12 to do that. What about the rest of you? Marcus, Torgwin, what would you like to do?
Is it possible to get out of the way basically?
Yeah, you can just try to dodge.
Alright.
Yep, that's fine. Marcus, you going to torch it?
Yeah, that's. I've got the candle spell, and I'm basically reading up on what Marcus knows he can do with this, the fireball.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and give me a spellcasting roll for that, Marcus.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out my pluses on it.
Okay, it's going to be your willpower, your attunement, and your mysticism stat. If you have a specialty in fire
Mhm.
magic, then you add another +1 on top of that.
Okay, attunement is 3. Got 2 on mysticism, and I don't have anything on fire. I guess I have a total of 4.
What's your
5.
What's your mysticism stat?
2. So it's 3 and 2 is 5.
Okay.
Plus 2d10.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. That's kind of slash. Two. D10. Plus 5.
Oh, you have to type slash roll and then that.
Okay, I was going by what people upstream from me did, but the roll doesn't show up on the 2d10 plus 5. Okay, that didn't work.
Yeah, you had 2 A's in front of the 2d10 for some reason. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say, Kasha. You use your water magic to form ice spikes underneath this creature, and quickly impale into its belly. Right? It sort of like shrieks in pain as
I got 17.
Perfect, and I believe that's definitely enough to cast that spell, Marcus.
Yeah, it says difficulty 14, so.
Yep. As Marcus also casts a spell, the creature swings towards you, and you see like web just like shoot out of its butt, pretty much. Right? But Marcus, your flame like comes in contact with the web and easily just melts through it, right? And it impacts against the creature with an explosion. What's the damage on your fireball again?
Fireball damage. 4 damage plus the spell's cost. And setting the target on fire.
Yep.
So the spell's cost is 5 and 4 is 9, plus setting it on fire, which people usually don't like.
Absolutely, I agree. All right, and Kasha, you impale the creature as well. And I'm going to say that does 10 points of damage. So it shrieks out in pain as it's impaled. Its webs are melted as Marcus's fireball just tears through them. And then it itself is like just lit on fire, right? It begins to flail around madly, right? Just like destroying a nearby stall, in fact. As it turns in your general direction, knowing generally where you are. Torgwin, you dove out of the way instinctively, but it seems that there was really no reason for you to. In that case, I'm going to say that combat has officially begun against this creature then.
Yeah, I would think so.
Absolutely. So here's what it's going to do. It is going to try and just, I'm going to say, what is it going to do? It's going to try to lunge forward with its spear in your general direction, Marcus. I'm going to say it's going to get like half of its normal roll bonus, so we're going to go with that. Go ahead and give me an avoidance roll. You're looking to beat a 17.
Okay, an avoidance roll. Avoidance. Oh, I got a pretty good avoidance. And 27.
Oh, wow. That's really good. So yeah, you how do you dodge the attack? Do you just like duck it or like dive out of the way or?
Well, since it's in the air still, so I figure I dive to one side.
Okay. You dive.
I'm willing to just roll on the ground.
Gotcha. Okay. You roll on the ground out of the way as its spear just like impales deep into the earth. Right? In that case, it is going to be one of your turns. That's Kasha, Marcus, Torgwin, and Chorus, currently. What would you guys like to do?
Mr. Puppet.
And Mr. Puppet. I forgot about Mr. Puppet. My bad.
Never forget the puppet.
So,
He'll pull your head off with a shotgun.
Clearly. So what do you guys want to do? Which one of you wants to take an action?
If the thing was flying, how far away is it now?
Oh, it's like a spider thing. It's on the ground.
Oh, because
Yeah, it leapt off of a building
Okay.
onto the ground.
okay. So how far is it then?
It's pretty close to you. It's like maybe 15 feet away, I'll say. I'm not sure how many
Okay.
meters that is. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's fine. 1 foot is like one third of a meter,
Oh,
usually.
okay. Gotcha. Now I know.
Well, Kasha is just going to grab her her trident off her back and run towards it, jump, and goes to try and go stabby stab.
All right, so you're gonna just jump on it, try to impale it.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll against it. And it's gonna roll its avoidance, which is halved currently. Wow. Damn, that is... It wasn't even worth rolling. So yeah, you jump into the air, right? And you just, like, dive into this thing, impaling it with your trident. How much damage is that? Should say on your paper.
6.
6? Okay. Alright. So yeah, you stab into it, getting deep into its hide. Right? And it's going to try to reflexively try to, like, knock you off it, pretty much. I'm gonna have you make a bronze roll. Use your bronze twice to see if you can hold on. Okay. That was Kasha's turn, and now it's the creature's turn. It's trying to toss her off. So that means that Chorus, Marcus, and Torgwin are left. You managed to hang on, Kasha.
The
So-
puppet too.
And the puppet. I keep forgetting about the puppet. My bad. My bad. I'm gonna end up like
I
that.
like how
I'm gonna end up like that innkeeper man.
I like how he just keeps unmuting himself for the puppet.
Okay, so now on top of it being on fire, Kasha is like, I don't know, maybe on its side, like stabbed into it, perhaps, as it's flailing around trying to throw her off. So Marcus, Torgwin, and Mr. Puppet, would any of you like to take an action at this time?
Do I still have the capability to do another fireball at it?
Yep, you still have your candle spell.
Then I'm going to do it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, I stuck in an extra space, I think.
That still should have worked. I don't know.
Nah, there's a space.
Oh, I see the space.
For
I
the
see.
roll.
Yep, I see
Yeah.
that. I see that. Okay. After this combat, we're going to swap over to Valen and Gemini for a moment, and then we'll hop back. All right. Damn, we split the party again.
15.
Goodness. All right. So you're chucking another fireball at it. All right. Let's see if it's your spell is successful. Let's see if it's able to somehow avoid it. Yes. Okay. So, sensing the flare-up from your magic, Marcus, the creature jumps through the air. Kasha, you're still on it, by the way. Just like leaps off of the ground onto another nearby building. And it's just like on the side of the building now, like looking down at you guys. Kasha, go ahead and give me another bronze roll to see if you can maintain your grip on it. Your fireball, Marcus, like slams into the pavement on the ground, blowing part of it off the ground, like a hole into the ground, a crater, pretty much.
Do you want me do the bronze twice again or just once?
Twice. If it's just one attribute, you always use it twice. Okay, this time you're not able to maintain your grip on your trident, and your grip slips as you fall to the ground. You're going to take 2 points of damage as you slam into the pavement below.
Ah, you son of a boo!
At this point, it is Mr. Puppet, Torgwin, and Chorus. I guess Chorus will logically take the next move. So here's what Chorus is going to do. He slams his fist into the ground, his talon, I suppose, and he's going to try to collapse that building ahead. 1 second, I got to get his character sheet, actually. I'm a bit rusty, it seems. It's right here. Okay. Okay, so he does that, and it intensifies the trembling on the ground, and you notice that the building ahead just sort of crumbles down under its supports. Kasha, you look up as this creature is barreling down towards you now. Go ahead and give me an avoidance roll to see if you can keep yourself from being, like, crushed underneath it, pretty much. Unless one of your teammates wants to try to intervene. That could be Mr. Puppet or Torgwin could try to intervene against this.
Describe what angle it's coming down at.
It's falling down on top of her from straight above.
Okay, and quick question for avoidance. Which attributes would I use?
There should be a thing on your paper just called avoidance.
Have I noticed once this thing jumps, if it hits the ground, what's the damage it does to the ground?
Pretty substantial. It's pretty heavy.
Can I use
Ooh,
Shadow Hand?
You could use Shadow Hand to like pull her out of the way. Yes.
No, I thought more of, like, you can make Shadow interactable. Does that also mean it has, like, that something can collide with it? So that so that basically the spider hits the shadow above Kasha?
Like
If that could be a thing? Like to materialize the shadow.
Yeah, I see what
basically.
you're saying. Yeah, you could try to do something like that. Kasha, go ahead and give me an avoidance roll. Let's see if you're able to avoid that. Okay, here's what happens. None of that's even necessary. Kasha, you barely manage to roll out of the way as this creature lands right next to you on the ground. You look up and it's like right there in front of you, getting to its feet.
Alrighty.
Also on the side note. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask how close is my trident?
It's still in the creature's flesh, like on its side. You'd have to like get up closer to it on its side to try and pull it out if you wanted to.
Okay, I'll do that my next turn.
Okay.
All right.
In that case, that leaves Torgwin, Mr. Puppet, and Chorus. Well, no, Chorus already went, so just Mr. Puppet and Torgwin.
When the spider hit the ground, right?
Yeah.
Can Mr. Puppet like sink its body into the ground?
Yeah, you can try to like trap it partially in the ground. Absolutely.
Just enough to where like the next person that goes can just take this thing's head off. When I see this thing, it's like fleshy. It's like, You know what I mean? Like it's not made of smoke or anything crazy, obviously, right?
It is solid, as far as you can tell.
I'm dropping it down in the hole then.
You're going to try to trap it. So you're going to use your quicksand move?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and give me the spellcasting roll for that. Check the difficulty for that spell, too. Make sure. Okay. We split the party again. Damn it.
Good
Difficulty is 12.
Yep.
So what is that? 2d10.
It's going to be your attunement, willpower, and if you have any points in mysticism, those.
Do you get a bonus for being good at earth magic?
Yes, if you have a specialty in earth magic, you get that.
How many?
+1.
And then what'd you say the other addition was?
Your attunement and your willpower.
You said as well as
Mysticism.
Mysticism. Yes.
Okay.
If you have anything in mysticism.
That'd be a negatory. Mr. Puppet in a Dream. There we go.
Oh, it's in general. Okay. Wow. All these 10s out here. Oh my god. So, yes, the creature... That is weird, Kasha. Wow, that's scary. Anyways, as this creature lands on the ground, it partially begins to sink into the ground. And it's like really starting to like really freak out. It did not expect this much resistance from you guys. Clearly. Alright, that leaves Torgwin. You see your opportunity as this creature is partially trapped ahead of you.
Yep.
If you wanted to take that opportunity.
The side note I wanted to talk about earlier, my stat sheet still has to hit you.
Your what
How does
has?
My sheet, character sheet, still has to hit you on it and not avoidance. Does it just
it's the
1-1?
same. It's the same thing. I just forgot to
Okay.
change it. My bad.
All right. As Torgwin sees his opportunity that he cannot be really harmed by that thing, is his its head up to where I can hit it, or how is it trapped?
It's mostly trapped in the ground, up to its chest currently.
Well, Torgwin tries to just stab its head. However, that is the best way it's possible.
Okay.
Ideally, from I don't know how my positioning is to it, but from its back, so where it can't really see me. Ideally.
You'd have to. You could circle
If that-
around to its side. It would take you a little bit longer, but that means nothing mechanically.
All right. Yeah, I mean, then it's whatever. Then I'm just going to trying to stab its head.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll there.
Yep. So melee weaponry and 2d10, I suppose.
You should have an accuracy stat next to your dagger, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Should all be calculated in. Go ahead and use that. All right. It's going to try to avoid. Jesus Christ. All right, so you come running in from the side, and you jump up as you... I imagine you just dive your dagger into this thing's head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you just begin furiously stabbing into its head. What's the damage on that?
6.
Okay, gotcha. All right. It begins to try to flail its head to get you off the... All right. That's your turn. It's going to go back to his turn. And here's what he's going to try to do. So as you're on this thing, right, it just turns into a cloud of shadow mana, as you're on it, right? And you fall back. And your dagger is still in your hand. You didn't drop it or anything, but you fall back as it flies up into this mist. And then it reappears in its normal form, no longer on fire or anything, standing above you and Kasha, menacingly. What is he doing?
He's standing there
Menacingly.
menacingly.
And here's what he's going to try to do. He is going to try and impale both of you with his spider-like legs. What the hell, man? Go ahead and give me an avoidance roll, Kasha and Torgwin. Or unless, if they fail, one of the others can try to intervene against the attack. Wow. What the fuck? Kasha, can you go ahead and give me a avoidance roll? Kasha, are you there? Kasha.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead and give me an avoidance roll. Yeah. Oh, wow. So, Torgwin, you managed to get out of the way. There's no way there's no way, wait a second. Yeah, there's no way that's right. Use
Yeah,
your avoidance,
that's no way
Kasha. There should be a thing on your paper that says avoidance. Use that. Use that number. Or I may have forgotten to change the name, and it would be to hit you. It's going to be either to hit you or avoidance, one or the other. Kasha. Kosh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. My phone's acting all kinds of funny, and take one from that because my avoidance is 2.
There's no way.
Wait,
There's
what?
no way. 1 second. I'll check your character sheet. There's no way that's correct.
Unless I'm reading it wrong.
Yeah, I'm checking now. Let's see. No, your avoidance is 10. It's almost not even worth rolling how badly he rolled. In fact, don't even worry about it. I'm just going to say you avoid the attack. That's how sorry this thing just rolled against you. It's so bad.
Did you roll incompetence, maybe?
They must have or something. Your avoidance is 10, Kasha. Anyways, you managed to avoid the attack. Don't even worry about it. Alright? In which case, it is one of the party's turn. What would you guys like to do? Anyone could go. That's there. Of course.
Well, I'm just unless this thing is down and dead, I'm still pumping another fireball into it.
Alright. Do it. Let's go. Go ahead and give me the spellcasting roll.
Let's see if I can get the dice roll thing. All right.
Okay, you make the dice roll. Alright. I'm going to say it's distracted, attacking Kasha and Torgwin. As they roll out of the way, another fireball comes in from the side, slams into the creature, doing another number on it. That's 10 damage, I believe, yeah. Alright. And I'm going to say, here's what happens, actually. It after you slam another fireball into its side, it's actually going to turn back into a cloud of mana, and you see as it just begins to fly up, shrieking the entire time as it flees from the scene. Alright, with that out of the way, we're going to switch back over to Ragnar, Valan, and Gemini. So, back to you guys. You've been wandering through the school, just searching for anything that you might be able to find of interest. I'm going to say Valan. You come across, presumably, a room that is dedicated to the study of shadow magic. You can see a familiar symbol above, that being one of these symbols used for to represent Contra, basically. 1 second, I'll just get that and I'll send it to the Discord so you can take a look at it. All right?
All right.
1 sec. Okay. Copy image, and then I'll just send this over to the general channel. Yeah, it's like a spiral in a circle, and you see that as you walk into the classroom on a banner.
Got you. I take a look around, kind of like rifling through the books just to see what exactly type of room is this? Is this like high level magic, low level magic, or just general books of this category?
There is a bunch of different scrolls, a bunch of different books throughout the shelves. You notice that this area is kind of a mess. It's not very organized. It's not very professional looking, like, at all. I mean, you could start anywhere potentially looking for something in this room. But that's when you notice this jar on a table sitting there. It's a very peculiar looking jar. It's like opaque, and there seems to be some sort of like gaseous substance in there. Very dark looking. And it's wrapped around in chains.
Actually, I go to take a look at it. Um, I guess since I have shadow magic, is there a way that I could kind of fill it out to see if it's like magical in nature?
Absolutely, you can. Yeah. Go ahead and give me an attunement and willpower roll. By the way,
Alright.
do you let Gemini know that you found something?
Not yet, because I don't feel like I've really found anything yet.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, so let's see if I can. It's 2d10, right?
Yeah. 2d10 plus your attunement, willpower, and any points in mysticism that you might have.
Alright, attunement, will, and mysticism.
$14. Okay. As you like use your shadow magic to try and determine this thing's nature, you cast the spell successfully from a distance, and you hear a voice in your head, and it says to you, "Set me free, and you might yet be spared."
I speak back to it. I don't know if I'm the one who needs to be spared from anything. I'm not the one locked up in a jar.
The voice says nothing in reply to you.
Alright. I keep looking at it curiously. Um, let's see. Are there how big does the lock keeping it down look?
Um, it looks pretty sizable, and you get the feeling that those probably aren't normal locks. They're probably magically reinforced to keep this thing chained down.
Got you. Um, let's see. It looks
You
shit.
also
Something like
you also
go
don't see a key anywhere for this thing.
all right. Something like this might be pretty valuable. I mean, the jar just talked to me, so I'm definitely interested. So I think I might try my lock picking skill.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. That's going to be a finesse roll plus any points that you have in kinesthetics.
All right.
If you have a specialty, because I think you said you took a specialty, right?
Yeah.
In that? Then you add an additional +1.
Got you. So. And you said that was finesse and kinesthetics.
Correct.
All right.
Okay, so you're beginning to feel the lock out, steadily but surely. And just as you think you're about to unlock it, right, you hear a screaming coming from behind you, right? And you look back as you notice that one of the civilians is running into the room with you. And they look over to you, and there's like, there's something here. You gotta help. Come on. And as he's doing that, you notice a dagger. By the way, Marcus, we can hear you typing. It's really loud. Anyways, you notice a dagger jut through the civilian's throat, and they begin to like, as their body like slumps forward. A puddle of blood begins to like spread out.
Damn. I guess I pull my knife out just stay prepared.
And you look back as you see a group of these all too familiar creatures to you. These faceless men, 3 of them, staring you down.
Oh, fuck.
They look at you as they begin to like spread out around you. Gemini. Here's what I'm gonna say, Gemini. You saw this. You saw them coming, and you've been like hiding and sneaking around them.
Where did I see them at originally? Like in the group of people, or
They phased out of the walls of the school, and they attacked they attacked the civilians. The civilians went like fleeing around. There's a bunch of them. There's like a dozen of these things. They all spread out and went after different people. You followed where the last place you saw Valan go, and you're standing like right outside of the room. You just saw, after peeking in, one of the civilians get stabbed through the back with this knife, and he's on the floor, bleeding out, probably gonna die.
Right.
And you see the 3 faceless men spreading out around to attack Valan.
I'm gonna yell for Ragnar and Gemini to come up. So now it's the blacksmith, Gemini, and Ragnar.
Okay.
Assisting.
2 of the faceless men turn around to face you as you do this. And I'm going to say that's where combat officially begins. Valan, I'm going to give you the first move. What do you want to do? You're muted again, by the way, Valan.
Oh, my bad. I was saying, let's see, probably what I'm going to do, if it's just the one dude in front of me because the other 2 turned, I'm gonna just like try to attack him straight up with the knife.
Okay, go for it. Give me an attack roll. Your accuracy should be next to the weapon.
Alright. Yeah, and do I add the accuracy to the roll or something?
Yeah, add the accuracy to the roll.
Gotcha.
By the way, Marcus, could you mute your mic for just a sec while we're doing this? We're getting like a reverb at some points. Oh, crit fail! Crit fail! Oh, I love it. So here's what happens as you begin to take your opportunity. You don't check what's in front of you, and there's like a pile of books just big enough to trip you up, and you fall down right in front of this thing.
God damn it.
Go ahead and get yourself an experience point for that, though. Actually, go ahead and make it 5 experience points. You know, that's something a little substantial at least. Oh, I love it. All right, he's going to seize the opportunity, and he's going to try to attack you while you're down. He gets a slight advantage against you. All right, so he, seeing you rush forward at him, he's going to try to, like, stab you while you're down, pretty much. All right? Go ahead and give me an avoidance roll. That should also be on your sheet, Valan.
Alright, hold on. Avoidance, gotcha. Alright.
Gotcha. So, you're unfortunately not able to avoid the attack. You try to roll out of the way as this thing's knife just plunges into your side. You just get this like searing, just god awful pain as it just bursts into you, right? It has you pinned down on the ground now as it's like looking you like straight on in the face. All right.
All right.
You're gonna take, I'm gonna say 6 points of damage.
Cool.
All right, as it's got you pinned down. Gemini, Ragnar, and Gemini are on their way. They're gonna need a turn to get here, though. What is the blacksmith gonna do in this situation?
There's 2 of them in front of me?
Yes. They're like closing in on you as you hear your comrade like screaming on in agony. If you look past them, you see that he's like pinned to the ground now.
Can I like form a wall in between the 2 enemies and then send like imagine okay, they're both like parallel to each other, right?
Yeah.
Imagine a wall coming in between them and the wall dividing in 2, sending one in one direction, pinning it to another wall, and the other in the other direction, pinning the other guy to the other wall.
You absolutely can try a spell like that. It's going to be a difficult. Also, for reference, a spell's cost is equal to half of its difficulty. By the way.
Gotcha.
Okay, it's going to be a difficulty. I'm going to say difficulty 12 to pull that off.
Okay.
If you fail the spell, your mana is still spent. By the way.
Gotcha.
Just putting that out there, just so y'all know.
I can do it.
You can do it.
I believe in my squad.
I kind of believe in you, but not really.
There it is. Oh shoot! I forgot to hit the command. Oh.
So.
Oh wait, it did work. You said it's a difficulty of 12, so it only took 6, or I had to get a 12 to get it.
You had to get a 12. You have to match or exceed the difficulty. Damn.
Well.
So unfortunately, your spell fails, as one of them is going to come in and try to. What is he going to do against you? You're a fucking. You're a stone
wait.
Man. What's up?
Wait, I made a mistake.
What? What'd you forget?
This character sheet's different than my original. I actually had 4 instead of 3.
What from? Like your.
My willpower's 2.
Okay.
So it's I get a bonus of 4, not a bonus of 3.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it.
I can show you.
No, I believe you. I believe you. I mean, I could check any time, so I don't see why you would try to lie to me. Okay. You cast your spell as part of the floor like rises up. I imagine it almost like looking like a slant at first as it comes out, and then it divides in 2, going to try and strike each of the 2 faceless men. They're going to try and avoid the attack. That is a really pathetic roll, though.
But it works.
Yeah, it
did
worked.
much, but it's honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of working. Okay, we're just gonna say this. So, the first one manages to, like, jump out of the way of the wall as it, like, just comes crashing towards him. And so does the second one. But now you've created a barrier, like, splitting them up, at least. All right.
Perfect.
So, now one of them is going to go and try to, like, run at you from the side and try to get you. All right? Gemini?
Mm-hmm.
So he runs up on you, and he got a 20 against you. Go ahead and give me an avoidance roll.
And avoidance is my 2 hit, right?
Correct.
Oh.
Yeah, your 2
Okay.
hit. If I didn't change it, then it would be called to hit you. You forgot to type /roll. You gotta type. There you go. Okay.
27.
Jesus Christ! Wow. Okay. How do you avoid? Do you just block it? Because you're currently the blacksmith, and he's like a stone man, basically.
What is he swinging with me?
He's
At me
swinging at
with?
you with a dagger.
Can I just freaking grab the dagger in my hand?
Yes, you can.
I'm just gonna whoosh, just like squeeze his hand as he's like gripping his knife with it.
Okay. He drops the dagger out of his hand, and you hear like that weird sort of sound come out of him. It's like a grunt of pain, like pretty much.
Nice.
All right. Back to you, Valan. You're currently pinned to the ground with this thing on top of you. It's taking the knife out of your side to go, presumably, to like kill your ass. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I would like to roll to teleport this motherfucker to the other side of this tower.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Where are you gonna teleport him to specifically?
Specifically outside of the window.
Outside of the. Okay. All right. I can dig that. Go ahead. I'm not sure what the difficulty on that spell is. I think it's like at 16 at least.
Yeah, it's a 16. And let's see. I would also.
Okay, real quick, and this is another. I keep forgetting to completely explain mechanics for you guys. If you want to, you can guarantee that a spell will succeed if you use extra mana equal to its difficulty.
All right, can I add partial amounts? Like if I didn't want to do the full thing.
Yes, you can add partial amounts.
All right. Cool,
Every additional point of mana that you spend past the basic cost of the spell gives you a +1 on the roll.
Got you. All right. Let me see. If that is the case, what would I just be rolling the 2d10? Are there any modifiers that go with magic or?
Yeah, it would be your willpower, attunement, and any points into mysticism that you have.
All right. Willpower, attunement, and mysticism. See, how much magic am I going to give to this thing?
There you go. All right. So, as it's like going for your throat with the knife, you teleport it. You look back, and you teleport it out of the window behind you, and it falls to the ground outside.
Oof, that was a close one.
All right. You get to your feet, and you see that they're going around this wall that's somehow appeared in the classroom, making a complete fucking mess of the place, even more than it was already, mind you.
Got you. Can I see the? Did I see what's the name make the two walls splitting them apart?
I'm gonna say you didn't, but you can probably presume that he did.
Got you. And also another question: did I finish with the lock, or is it still locked?
It's still locked. You were just about to open it as
Oh yes, the stuff happened.
Yeah.
All right. I guess as I get up, because I kind of already made a move. But before I pass off, could I say something to the demon thing in the jar?
What do you want to say to it?
Basically just tell him, like, if I free him, he'll have to help.
So you're trying to like enter into a contract with him?
Basically.
Interesting. Go ahead and give me a it's gonna be face, talk, and your social skill.
Alright. Face talk, social.
Damn. It doesn't reply.
All
when you
right.
ask. All right. In that case, it's going to be the other faceless man's turn. He is going to. Here's what happens. You have this one grabbed, right, Gemini, and you're looking for the other one, expecting for it to come around the corner, but it's going to phase through the wall to attack you instead. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to have a slight advantage, and this is so weird that it's lagging like this. It's so fucking weird. There. Okay, that works. Okay, so yeah, it just rolled like really good against you. You're not expecting this at all. Yo, nah. So it comes out of the wall, right, and it like stabs right into your like stone body, right, like deep into your form, destabilizing you a little bit, right. It like just stabs straight into your shoulder, right. Now you've got both of them on you. That's its turn. It's going to go back to your turn, Gemini. What do you want to do?
Does Gemini and Ragnar make it there yet?
Yes, they round the corner just as your stabs.
Where's the one that was fighting with Valon?
Uh, you don't know. If it's still in the room, it's behind your wall.
Oh, say that again?
If it's still in the room, it's behind your wall. And you think you can hear Valon say something, but you didn't quite catch what he said.
Huh.
So, you could take an action with Ragnar, Gemini, or the blacksmith. Whichever one you want to do.
I'm going to shoot the one that I have by the wrist.
Gemini's going to? Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me an accuracy roll. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say he's not even going to notice that you would be there because he's preoccupied trying to kill this fucking blacksmith. You kill him. You just dome him in the back of the head from afar. And he like
Sweet.
falls over. His blood, his black blood, just like splatters all over the blacksmith.
And the one that has... Can I use my quick shot action to fire at the other one that has the blade inside of the blacksmith?
Let me take a look at quick shot real quick. I don't actually remember if that's a thing you can do. What does it say? What does the ability say? You know what? Here's what I'll say. You would be taking Ragnar's action to do it, but you can do that.
I'm down.
All right, go ahead and give me the roll. Remember, your accuracy is lowered when you use that attack, though. And now they know you're here.
Okay. 2d10 plus 5. But one of them is dead.
Yeah, you just domed the fuck out of it.
$14.
14, okay. It's going to try to avoid. Okay, so here's what it does. You try to shoot it, like quickly, like reload and shoot again, and it phases into the floor. You have no idea where it's at now. Okay. Presumably, though, it's gone. Like, you have no idea where it went, but perhaps it's fleed and it's gone now. But you're keeping your guard up regardless. Regardless. All right. So, Valon, Gemini, you two are together now. You meet up in this classroom. What do you have to say to each other after this?
Well, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it was definitely a close one. And you see Valon like holding his side and kind of grimacing. And yeah, that was it.
You should probably go see if we can find a doctor in the crowd of people.
Oh.
He looks down at it and sees that even though it's a stab wound, it's not like life-threatening at the moment. And he turns back to Gemini and says, "I think you might be right, but if you don't mind, there was a little bit of research that I wanted to finish up here first. I'll meet you down there in a second."
And as you begin to say that, as you've made this plan, it seems that fate has other plans in mind. the entire tower begins to shake even more violently as the roof begins to like cave in above you.
Ah, fuck. Um, I'm going to attempt that lock picking one more time.
You have like no time. You could
What do I see him
you
about
could
to lockpick?
this like jar on the table. It's opaque. It has this like dark smoke looking stuff in it, and it's like wrapped in chains. But before we
Chained to the ground?
no, like the
Oh,
jar is
pick the damn thing up. Let's go.
yeah. You that's what I was gonna say. You have like no time to try and pick it again, but you can grab a hold of it and try to like get out of the tower at least.
Can I make an attempt to like use my earth magic to hold the tower up while all the civilians get out?
You knowing your own capabilities, that would be something that would be really hard to do unless you spent a lot of mana to do
What
it.
if-
Gemini. I guess speaking to him, Gemini. I don't know if he didn't even tell me his plan, so I'll actually forget that part. But I do know he does do earth magic. And I'll pretty much say, Gemini, if you can just hold this place together long enough for me to get this jar, I can teleport both of us out of here safely.
Can I make an attempt to have Ragnar and the blacksmith assist me hold the roof up?
Yes, yes, you can. Since both of them are going to be helping you, you'll get a +1 for each of them.
Perfect.
Also, don't forget you can spend extra mana to get even more bonuses. To give
I
you
only got 12 points left, and I'm dead.
well, you won't die if you spend all your mana. You won't die. You'll just be out of mana.
Yeah.
Okay. You're looking for at least an 18 to hold this tower together.
I can probably do that.
So it's going to be your attunement, your willpower, any points you have in mysticism, and since it's going to be a difficulty
17.
17. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. You can spend one more point of mana extra. And
How much does it cost to cast it?
It costs 9.
Oh, sure.
And that'll be enough to barely hold it up.
All right, I'll spend 10 points of mana
Okay.
to hold it up.
Gotcha. You
Just gonna yell, "Everybody out!"
Okay, you yell as loud as you can, "Everybody get out," or something along those lines. And the three of you are like struggling against this invisible weight to keep the tower from falling, like stabilizing it. Valan, you notice this. What do you want to do? You're muted, by the way.
There we go. All right. Seeing that I don't have a lot of time to make this work, I pull my lock set back out and I yell at the jar. Actually, I don't have enough time, so I could probably only make one roll.
If you want to try to speak to it again, I'll say you can like speak to it less. You could probably just yell that out like really quickly, to be honest.
Got you. Yeah. Basically, just yell out to it again and say, if you want any chance of making it out of this prison, you better start trying to break this fucking lock from the other side.
It says nothing in reply.
That's fine. I'm gonna try to lockpick again. And hopefully this works, because if it doesn't, man, I'm gonna have to teleport out of here real quick. Like, let's see the modifiers.
It would be your finesse and kinesthetics. After this scene, we're going to swap back to the other group, by the way. And we're almost finished for tonight's session, so don't worry. Yeah, you're no luck. In fact,
I would like to call into question the non-partiality of this dice rolling.
Don't worry, dude. Don't worry. All of the NPCs and like all of the enemies I design feel your pain.
I had to unmute to laugh at his calling into impartiality of his dice.
Okay, yeah. In fact, as you're trying to like lockpick this, something bad happens. I'm gonna say, you seem to have triggered some kind of a defense, and you feel your entire body go limp.
Oh, well, we're gonna fucking die.
And Gemini, you watch this happen, right? Like you watch him, he just like onto the ground.
Okay.
Keep in mind, you're like trying to hold this place together.
Yeah. I guess while I'm talking to them, well, I guess if I can speak, can I still do magic or?
You can speak, but you can't move.
But can I do magic?
You know, I'll say sure. You know, you can still cast spells.
I got you. I pretty much well, what were their names? Gemini, Ragnarok.
Gemini, Ragnar, and you don't actually know the blacksmith's name.
I got you. Gemini, Ragnar, other guy. If you guys want to make it out of here, I'm probably going to have to teleport out right now. So you're going to have to figure out a way to touch my body before I leave here.
All right. Ooh. Are the rest of the civilians out?
You have no idea. Like, you haven't
Oh,
seen any of
shit.
them since the Faceless Men started attacking.
We're just gonna let it go, freaking all three run and just grab them.
Are you going to try to grab the jar before you leave?
Grab
I'll
the jar.
I'll grab. Jim and I will grab the jar.
Alright, so here's what happens. You grab the jar as quickly as you can, letting go of your spell as the tower begins to literally fall down on top of you. Valan, make your roll.
Got you. Here's hoping. Let's pray to the gods that
This dice roller is going to stop fucking you over.
yes. Cause I'm definitely about to pump a whole bunch of mana into this.
Valan, you are now a master of jars.
Jim and I
I
had
didn't even
the jar.
get the damn thing.
I know. I'm just making a throwback there.
Yeah, I feel you.
Jim and I's gonna eat the jar.
What the?
What is my? All right, so what am I adding to this? The teleportation one. What was the thing for it again?
Attunement, willpower, and any points you have in mysticism, and you can spend extra mana if you want.
Oh yeah. All right, so that was 6. Plus, we're going for gold.
Don't roll a nat 1. Oh!
Tried to
my
get
goodness.
me. That motherfucker tried to get me.
Thank God.
Do you just teleport
I'll be
yourself?
gone for a minute.
Okay, do you just teleport yourself outside?
Basically, but far closer to the ground than the last guy.
Gotcha. Okay, you do so, and you end up outside, but very quickly, things go even from like bad to worse. Like the tower collapses, and then the ground gives way underneath your feet, and suddenly, you find yourself in like water, pretty much.
Are all of us there?
You're all there, yeah, and probably sinking or trying to swim.
Jim and I is gonna quickly. Oh, did the blacksmith's apprentice survive?
You have no idea, dude.
Oh shit! All right, as I see my stone friend sinking, I quickly. Oh shit! I quickly.
Okay, real quick. Here, I'm gonna send you a message, Gemini. I'm gonna send you a message.
I'm sending you one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
All right. I do that, and then I have the jar
I'll
in my
say
hand.
I'll say they probably do that. They do it and they like
Oh,
throw it off to you, pretty much.
yeah, perfect. All right, I have both of them, and they just okay.
Yeah, and their forms just like go limp in the water as they begin to sink down into the depths. That leaves Valan. What are you gonna do about Valan?
Falon just sees both of our friends just fucking drowned and like sink to the bottom.
Wait,
Okay.
you said what?
So the blacksmith and Ragnar, they just sink. They're like not coming back.
Yeah, you just watch. I'm gonna say Gemini, like, of course, saves your ass. He's like swimming and holding you up at the same time, mind you.
Wait, do I see his friends sinking?
Yeah, they're both sinking down into the depths. They appear to not even be making like an effort to save themselves.
All
Well,
right, can I
one's
see
made
dry
of stone, and one has a heavy ass suit of armor on.
land? Damn. Oh, can I see dry land at all?
No, no.
So this is what I imagine. Gemini has the jar in his satchel. I'm like fucking holding Valon like over my shoulder, and swimming is one of my talents. Goddammit, so I'm swimming.
Yeah, you're like barely managing to like keep yourself above the waters as you're trying
And then I
to
just
like.
go. That's it. I'm using my freaking. Can I use my magic to like? So explain to me real quick what we're in right now. We're just like in the water.
Yeah, like the entire land, like Circa, is sinking.
So this is like ocean water. Like we're not in like a fucking.
No, this
Like-
ain't no lake. This is like ocean. You're like, oh fuck, how am I gonna get out of this?
Do I? Okay, so literally, the damn concrete around us, or like the stone like pathways and shit are starting to flood. Like I see houses starting to like fill up with water.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's all happening so quickly that you like barely have time to do any of this.
Is Marie alive?
You have,
My god!
dude, you have no idea. You don't know what's happening to Marie. You don't know what's happening to Evan. Any of the citizens. They could be dead.
Oh, could I ask a quick question?
Yeah, what's up?
So I understand I don't see dry land. Do I
Floating.
see something you could conceivably stand on without sinking into the ocean?
You see some trees that appear to have been uplifted from the thing. I'm gonna say, would a tree? Yeah, I would say a light enough tree could float, like branches and stuff.
Yeah, I
You see
mean
some
most
branches.
even big ass trees float.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You see some trees floating. Yeah.
I'm gonna use my water magic, and I'm just gonna like fucking make us like shoot over towards that fucking tree.
I'll say with the last bit of mana that you have.
I have 10 mana left.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'm just gonna say you do it. You get over to the tree branch, and now you're like.
I'm gonna
floating
freaking hoist up my boy Valon, put him on that bitch. I'm just gonna like collapse because I have like nothing left in the tank.
Damn. And can I see his friends at all, or did they sink way too fast? Like, can I
They're
see
gone. They're gone, dude.
gone?
Like no chance of them swimming. I'm just like, oh my god, the blacksmith owed me money. Ragnar was such a good friend.
Oh my god.
There's nothing I could do. Literally, like I couldn't help them. They couldn't swim. They're too heavy.
It seems that Gemini's plan was not as foolproof as he thought.
My friends are dead. That's all I know.
I wasted all of that money on that armor for him, and he died in it.
God damn it.
Okay, swapping back over though, to the other group, and also this is going back in time a little bit because this was like all happening at the same time basically. So that one demon that you guys were facing off against flies away, and as you look back over to the masters, Marcus, something unbelievable has happened. They're losing badly. Like, you would not have imagined that your masters could have lost as badly as they appear to be. You see Master Stride sitting, or rather laying, in a puddle of his own blood on the ground. Master Pius is being held up by this, like, bull-like demon. And Torgwin, you see, here's what you see. You Torgan, I'm actually gonna have to have you make a
Mhm.
will. I'm actually gonna have to have you make a willpower roll for me, because you see that demon that's holding Pius up, and you instantly recognize what it is. That's the demon from all those years ago. In fact, as you look at it, it seems like one of its eyes seems to look over at you. You're not sure if it's actually looking at you or not, but it seems to be. Go ahead and give me a willpower roll, Torgwin.
All right, 2d10 plus willpower.
Yep. And here's what happens. You are so, like, struck by what is happening that you are frozen in fear. Like, you're shaking, like your hands and your legs are just, like, shaking in fear as you see this, and you're unable to move or act. And you see Master Umbrus. He's, like, barely holding this thing back. You see these tendrils of shadow mana wrapped around this monstrous being, right? As he's trying to like keep it at bay, basically. And Umbrus, he yells over to you, Marcus, and he says, "Marcus, you need to run! Get out of here! Take the others with you!"
I yelled to everybody, all of you run. And I cast Shadow to try to help him hold it back.
Okay. Kasha, what do you do?
Is it possible to use my own shadow magic to enhance the master's shadow magic?
You can definitely try. Yes.
And I am also wanting to use 5 additional mana to improve it.
Gotcha. In that case, here's what I'm going to do. So it's going to be Marcus, it's going to be Kasha, and it's going to be Master Umbrus. All three of you are going to be trying to hold this thing back, so that's going to be an automatic +3. Okay. Umbrus is the one primarily casting the spell, so the other bonuses are going to be his bonuses. So let me pull up his sheet real quick. Any mana that you spend extra, you can spend extra mana to get a further bonus. You said you were going to spend 5 extra, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3.
Yes, you have.
Is Marcus going to spend any extra mana?
Oh, definitely.
How much extra would you like to spend?
He's going to spend an extra 10.
10? Okay. What? Okay, I guess I have to add all those together first. It's going to be me rolling Kasha. Don't worry.
Yeah, the dice like her.
Yeah. Okay, and the creature is going to. So both you and Kasha, run over to the creature. Torgwin, I'm gonna say that you, in your fear, Chorus notices that you are like stunned in pain, and he's gonna like grab you, basically like in his arms, and he's gonna start running. You don't know where he's even going, but you're being carried away, basically. Torgwin.
All right, yeah.
And the creature is going to try to struggle against you, all three of you, to try and break free. Okay, and you are managing to restrain it, but not to like get it to let go of Pius, right? You're like just barely holding it back, and you can see its hand moving towards its free hand, because it has him in like one hand, right? Moving towards Master Pius's head at the moment. And Pius, hey Dustin, we're in the middle of a game, man.
No problem.
You
Just
can
checking.
listen if you want, but yeah. Okay.
And I'll be. So yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Okay, it's fine. And you notice that he begins, like, you see this like aura, this like white light beginning to like escape from Pius's mouth as he's just like screaming like, "Ah!" Basically. Marcus, you've never heard Master Pius make any kind of a sound like that. So here's what's going to happen real quick. He's going to roll against Pius, and then we're going to see what happens. Oh God, it's not looking good, to say the least. Oh Lord. Oh shit. Okay. Where's that? Yeah, no, it's not even possible. Holy Jesus. Actually, that's a bit unfair. That bonus is a bit... Okay, I'm going to lower that, so that would be 15 plus... I'm going to say 5, so that would be 20. So he's going to have a chance, but just barely. Yeah, it's not enough. And as you guys are restraining it, and as Pius is screaming out like bloody murder, he goes quiet. And the creature releases him as Pius's body just thumps onto the ground. I'm going to say that initiates combat. You hear Umbrus. He yells out, "No!" Who wants to make the first action? It's going to be one of you guys.
I still got my candle up. I'm going to hit it with a fire.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll for the spell. You can also spend extra mana if you want to. Don't forget.
How much extra do I get on the roll for mana?
For every 1 point extra that you spend, like past the cost it takes to actually cast the spell, that gives you an additional +1.
Oh, that's pretty easy to figure. Okay. Not D1, D10.
I would hope you're not rolling a D1.
I typed the 1 and forgot the 0.
I know. I know. The D1.
Ah, dude, one roll is us. Shit.
Yo, bro, roll that D1
Yeah.
and tell me what you got. I got a 1, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent. Anyway, I got 21, and the difficulty of the spell is 13.
I'm sorry, what was that, Marcus?
You can see my die roll, Ken. Yeah, I got 21.
1 sec, is it in... It's in dice rolls. Okay, I see. It's in... Okay, so that's... How much extra mana did you spend?
5.
5, so that would be 4 plus 9. That would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage, right? Yeah? Okay. So you use your candle, and you send another fireball flying at this creature, and it slams into its back, just instantly just burning it, setting it on fire. It goes as it turns around to, or it's trying to turn around at least to attack you. Marcus, to cast your spell, you had to break your bonds over it, so now its bonds are slightly weaker. Okay?
Yeah, that figured.
Okay. Which means that it's only Kasha and Umbrus that are keeping this thing held in place now. So that Umbrus is going to roll again to try and do his thing. Okay. Plus... Okay, and the creature is going to try to roll to break out. And he does. He breaks free of your bonds, Kasha. Here's what happens exactly, just so you can imagine this in your head. As he turns around, right, he turns around with such force, right, that the momentum of his, swing, twists you. Umbrus instinctively lets go, right? His spell breaks, but you're still tethered to this creature. As he swings around, you get flung into a nearby, stone structure. And I'm going to say you take 2 points of damage, all right? Kasha?
Okay.
So now this thing is turned to face towards you and Master Umbris, Marcus. And here's what's going to happen. He is going to try and his weapon. He has a weapon. He has like a. I'm going to say he has like a great axe, pretty much on his back. He takes it off of his back, and you can see it's like attached to his arm also, with like a chain. And he is going to begin to like flail it around and towards you. All right. Go ahead and give me an avoidance roll, Marcus. Oh.
One.
Okay. So here's what happens. I'm just going to say this happens for story purposes. Master Umbris rushes over to you, seeing the axe coming towards you, and he uses all of his body weight that he has as an elf to push you out of the way, and he takes the blow for you. The axe hooks into him, and you see him as he's pulled towards this creature, and he's held in a grasp once again. And you watch as the same thing that happened to Master Pius happens to Master Umbris. Before you can react any further, the entire land around you shatters, and water begins to quickly rise up from all directions. And you find yourself like struggling to swim. Kasha, you there?
I am.
Okay. You see all of this happen, by the way. You look up and you see the same thing that happened to the Ulf that happened to Pius from before. All right? And you also notice, like,
Okay.
before anything else can happen, before you can even react or even get up off of the ground, right? That the entire, like, land basically, like, shatters. And seawater begins to rush in from everywhere all at once. You watch as this creature turns into a cloud of shadow mana and begins to fly towards the sky. You notice that there's a lot of people struggling around you. You notice that, for one, you're not sure what exactly happened to Pius or Umbris. They could still be alive. And Marcus, you're going to have to make a bronze roll along with athletics to see how well you're able to swim.
One. Athletics. Okay. Bronze 1, athletics 0.
Okay, if you don't have anything in a skill, and I ask you to use the skill, use your attribute twice instead.
It's better than the skill. Okay. I'm drowning.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you're caught completely off guard by this, and despite your best efforts to swim, you find it, like, futile. And you watch, like, as you're, like, drowning under the water, or you're not drowning yet, but you're, like, struggling to, like, get up to the surface. You watch as, like, all of these people around you are, like, also drowning, pretty much. Right? And, here's what happens. Kasha, I'll say you rush in, and what you do is you probably try to get as many people onto floating objects as possible, right?
Correct.
Okay, got it. And you do that. Jim and I, we're
Okay.
what's up, Kasha? Sorry about that.
I have a question. Is it possible to use my shadow magic to try and control this creature since it's in its shadow form or whatever?
I'm gonna say you don't actually have enough time to do so. Like everything happens so quickly there that you're unable to try to do anything.
Okay.
Torgwin,
Okay. Well,
1 second.
What's Mr. Puppet doing?
Mr. Puppet is like probably drowning, dude. Unless Kasha probably, I'll say Kasha saves Mr. Puppet because she knows he's like kind of.
Oh,
alive.
yeah.
I think there's enough wood in Mr. Puppet that he would float,
You
even
know-
with a metal arm.
You know what? You're probably right. He probably would float. Mr. Puppet is floating.
Everyone just looks over. There's water. The puppet's head is sticking out of the water. He's just laughing.
Oh my god. I completely forgot he was there again. Fuck. My bad.
He's terrible, terrible game master.
Don't make me feel bad, man. I already
Wrecked.
feel bad enough. Wrecked? Oh, come on! Okay, anyways, continuing on. We're almost at the end, guys. Torgwin, you and Chorus are running, and Chorus begins to, like, notice the water, like, flooding in around him. He gets over to, like, a nearby object, like, that he thinks is gonna float, like I guess a box or something. And, like, he positions you and him on it. So you're, like, floating in the ocean now. You're still stunned at everything that has happened, though. And,
Yeah, I imagine.
Torgwin, I'm gonna say you actually go ahead and gain 5 points of experience. Okay.
Didn't even do anything. Sure.
You experienced a failure.
I know.
That's what it's for. Okay. So that all happens, and now we're at the aftermath of everything that has just gone down. All of you are like either barely hanging on to life, or like, you know, floating in the middle of the ocean, and Circa is gone. It's gone. The assembly, the Scolo Arcano, the market, the entire island is gone. As far as you can see around you, besides debris, is just open ocean. How is everybody reacting to what has just happened? Just real quick, just one at a time, give me a rundown of how your character is taking all this. We'll begin with
Kasha
Kasha.
is actually. Kasha's slightly freaking out, but she is holding her composure as best as she can, and with using her water magic, since water has healing probabilities, is it possible to expend the rest of her mana to heal as many people as possible?
Yes,
If it's possible, it will cause her to pass out.
Okay, here's what I'll say you do then. You rescue as many people as you can, Kasha, and you spend all of your mana up to the point that you pass out. For doing so, you gain 10 points of experience.
Okay. Yeah. She had. Let's see. Let me think. She had like 38 mana left, so she expended 38 mana to heal as many people as she was possibly able to.
Gotcha. Yeah, you do the best that you can, and then you find something to float on and you pass out. Alright.
Sounds good.
How is Gemini reacting to all of this?
Gemini's like, oh god, are we alive? Is Evan alive? Is Jonah alive? Is all my money still? Yes, it's in my pocket. I'm good. All right, we're good.
All right. Chorus, he is he's looking around, just like watching out at sea, like looking. He sees people around him, like floating on pieces of debris, and he says to you, "Friends, I can't believe it. It's gone. Friends, they're all gone." He says to you, Torgwin.
I mean, Torgwin was freaking out before and is still freaking out, and is like basically on debris, cowering, and like basically in a fetus position.
So you don't say
Maybe-
anything in reply? Okay, got it.
No, I'm done. He's just gone.
That makes
and
perfect
maybe
sense.
maybe murmuring came back.
Gotcha. That actually makes perfect sense. I believe it. Okay, how does Marcus react to all of this happening? You're muted, by the way, Marcus. Still muted.
And that's why you couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Marcus is in shock. He's hanging on to whatever kind of floating object he can hang on to. The city of learning, the whole purpose of his life is gone. The only reason he doesn't just stick his head underwater and drown is still curious about what's going on.
Makes sense. And Valan, how are you reacting to all of this happening? By this time, I'm going to say your body comes unnumb. You're muted, though, by the way.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna say Valon thinks that this has probably got to be the worst trip he's ever taken away from home. He actually kind of regrets leaving, especially since the whole tower he was looking for is gone. But he does turn to Gemini and say, sorry about your friends.
Don't worry, I have this jar to remember them by. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him the jar.
I got. You said you gave me the jar?
Yeah.
Oh, got you. I take it kind of tentatively, and just say to him, we went through a lot of trouble for this. I mean, it's not the jar's fault that the invasion happened, but maybe if I wasn't so focused on it, your friends wouldn't have sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
Well, they were employees, not really friends. I mean, I was owed. The blacksmith definitely owed me some money, but it's okay.
All right.
I have a feeling that wherever they are now in the great beyond, we might see them again.
Gotcha. Well, how much did he owe you by chance?
What better question to ask in the middle of a catastrophe?
We're trying to make light of it.
There's not much going on.
Yeah, we're just floating right now, so we're trying to stay sane. I'm like 300.
Oh, okay. You see Valon reach into his pocket and pull out 300 gold pieces and hand them to you.
I take it happily.
Jesus Christ.
While you're at it, don't tell anybody about this jar. We'll keep this between us.
What jar?
Perfect. Okay, and here's the last thing that happens during this session. Gemini, you look out to the sea, and all of a sudden you see a deep fog rolling across the waves. A regular fog this time. It's not the same like demon fog from before.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting like a real eerie feeling from it.
Like a memory.
Like a memory floating up.
Oh, God.
And that's when you see the shadow of a ship in the fog sailing towards you.
I have no stamina, or I have no mana to even react to this shit. I'm literally just looking at my friend, and I'm like, I know what this is, Valon. Be very quiet.
As the ship gets closer, you notice that people are like throwing like rope down to try and like lasso debris and people out of the water. And
They're helping.
And eventually they get over to you.
Yeah, I'm jumping on the boat then.
You get up, and the first thing that you're greeted by, Gemini, is your brother's face.
Oh my God!
He looks over to you, and he cracks a smile. Brother, look what I dragged up out of the sea, of all things.
Yes.
A friend of yours?
Oh, this is more than a friend. This is my little brother. Whose name I forgot because I am exhausted.
It's Rowan.
Rowan. That's his. Rowan, I am exhausted. I have no mana left. We were attacked by monsters, faceless men. I had a bar. I lost a bar. I had a house. I lost a house.
He holds up his hands to you and he says, "Slow down, brother. There will be time to explain and talk about what has happened. But for now, we have work to do and money to make. Help us to get these people out of the sea, along with anything that we can find of value."
Valon says, I like your brother.
I like him too. And I whisper very quietly, "Don't trust him."
I whisper back, if you want to kill him, let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, eventually, everyone is rescued.
Mr. Puppet?
There are not many survivors. Yeah, Mr. Puppet, all of your comrades from the bar.
Marie's alive and
Nope,
Evan?
Nope, you don't find Marie. But you do find Evan.
I'm gonna throw him back in the water.
Oh, wow.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
you find
caution.
One sec. Let me just describe like what the survivors are doing. You find Evan. He's like crying. He's like, Where's my mom? Where is she?
When was the
Oh,
last
no,
time you
you-
seen her, Evan?
We were in the tower and I got out of a window and then she was supposed to follow me, but she never came down.
Damn it. Evan, don't worry. Whoever did this, they will pay for it.
And you see Jonah, and he's yelling out, "Has anybody seen a Pandoran woman and a child? Anybody?"
Jonah!
He looks over to you. "Have you seen my family? Have you seen them?"
I have not.
And he looks around through the crowd. He looks at all of the survivors' faces. And like you just see like this like he just looks like he's in like shock. He just has this empty sort of expression on his face. As he goes over to a nearby barrel, he like slumps down on top of it heavily. And he like holds his head in his hands and he just sits there quietly.
Jonah, we haven't pulled everyone from the water yet. There's still a chance.
He doesn't say anything in response to you.
Alright, I'm just gonna walk off and start helping, like, yoink people out of the fucking ocean.
You yoink as many people as you can get. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a dice here. I'm gonna say
Just roll a dice and the people we care about is about 85.
you managed to save 85 people from a city of thousands.
Are any of them Marie?
Let's go ahead and I'll let you roll. Give me a D10. If it's odds, it's Marie. If it's evens, it's not.
Wait, 1d10 or 2?
1d10. If it's odds, it'll not be Marie. If it's evens, it will be. That's not. That's the bad result.
I thought you said odds, it's Marie.
No, I said odds, it's not Marie. Evens, it is.
No!
Yeah, you don't. Let's roll for... Actually, I'm going to say you don't find Jonah's family. Like, you search through all of the individuals and none of them are his family members.
The blacksmith? Or the apprentice?
Alright, let's roll for him. You want to roll for him, since he is your NPC?
Or yeah.
Since he is, like, somebody that your character would care about. The dramatic pause.
The dramatic pause.
Jesus Christ.
We need an even. We need an even number. Oh my god.
Yo, what the hell, man?
Yeah, update your bot.
I guess so. This is fucked. That's really fucked. 10 years later. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with this.
Hold up, I still have the dice roller.
Okay. Wait, I think it just went through. It did. It was an odd. He's dead. You don't.
God damn it! Not the apprentice and not Marie. You should have took Evan.
Wow.
My bad, Evan. I didn't say that out loud.
Wow.
I said it in my head.
Wow.
I pull a puppet out of the water,
You do. You pull.
and I'm gonna give Evan Mr. Puppet and say, Mr. Puppet will protect you, Evan.
He seems inconsolable as he realizes that none of the survivors are his mother. He just goes off. He just goes running off into the ship somewhere, and you can just hear him like sobbing.
God damn it! I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna keep Mr. Puppet then.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Rowan looks to all of you now that he's rescued you from the depths, and he says,
Is Kasha's brother alive?
"You see no signs of Rokosh or Takana, for that matter. Both of them are missing."
Were we able to fish Kasha out of the ocean?
Yes.
After she
Yes.
passed? Okay.
You also
Kasha's
you also rescued. You don't have his family. His family's gone, Kasha.
Did we rescue the freaking captain of the guard?
You don't see him among the survivors either.
What about the other Ulf that was the keeper of the tree?
Well, let's see. I'll roll for him since he's kind of unaligned. Again, of course, we gotta wait for this. Just, god damn it. I'm just gonna roll a dice on my end. This is fucked. Don't worry, guys. We're almost done. Okay, you managed to rescue him. He's still alive. Somehow.
Okay.
Through all of this shit,
That was for
he's
Targwin.
still
He's
alive.
alive.
Okay.
Perfect.
Rowan stands before all of you. He says, "I've rescued all of you from the depths. A cruel fate would have awaited you out on the sea. My services do not come free. You will either serve on my ship, or you will pay me whatever valuables you might have."
Gemini, this is the part where we kill him.
1 second. Let me speak with my brother.
What do you say in reply to this, Gemini?
Rowan, can we have a conversation alone?
He looks at you for a moment and he says, "Brother, whatever you have to say, you can say it here."
Are all the original crew of this ship? Because I'm assuming this was the ship that I captained prior.
Yeah, most of the original crew is still here. You also notice a woman clinging on to, or not clinging on, but clinging close to your brother that was not here before.
Oh fuck. She Pandoran?
Yes.
Fuck. How many crewmates do I have?
Let's find out. How many do you have? I'll say you're gonna have at least 20. I'll say, and I'll roll another d20 on top of that. And of course, we gotta fuck. I'm just gonna do it over here. God damn it. You have 25 crewmates total.
25 crewmates. Okay. How many of them are do you think would be loyal to me still, or at least be like, Gemini is worth someone that you're gonna fucking listen to because of all the valiant things that he's done for the crew back in the time?
You have no idea.
Oh fuck. I'm just gonna start talking. I'm gonna start persuading.
All right, what do you say to him?
Rowan, brother, I know that I left without giving any cause. I have my reasons, and I plan on sharing them with you. But you just saved the lives of all these people. We need to take them back to dry land, and then you and I can negotiate what the cost is for their survival.
He looks at you and he says, "You intend to pay all of it?"
If I must.
Go ahead and give me a face, talk, and social roll. Like all of those in one.
Okay. This is persuasion, right?
Yes.
One second.
Okay, take your time. As soon as he gets done with this, we're going to call this session, and then we're going to get to the feedback session at the end. 1 second, my fucking headphones came out. God damn it.
17.
He pauses for a moment. He looks you up and down, and he says, "Very well, brother. We will hold off on requiring their price be paid now."
Thank you. I'm just gonna turn back to the crowd and be like, "Fear not, my brother means you no harm. He was here to save your lives."
Okay, this seems to calm some of the crowd, but a lot of people are still freaking the fuck out.
Oh, definitely.
All right. As far as
They just got rescued by a Black Flag pirate ship. They're probably tripping.
yeah. You managed to rescue Pius and Umbrus, by the way.
How many like fighters do we have on this as like companion or like could rat like how many guards are here? You said we have 2 of the freaking masters.
You look them over, and both of them are like they're still breathing, but there's something missing about them, something different. Like they're not conscious. You're not
Okay,
sure
what
what the hell is wrong.
Do we have any guards?
There's a few guards. I mean, you have Jonah. You know.
Yeah, Jonah's lost his damn mind. Is there any? How many like guards are there out of the 85 people?
I'll say there's maybe like 10 guards.
10.
Yeah.
Make sure you write that down. 10 guards.
Send that in a message to me. On Facebook.
10 guards. Jonah and the 2 masters are like the fighters that we have.
Hey, Torgwin, I'm gonna send you a message on Discord real quick. Okay.
Sure.
Be sure to write that down on your character sheet.
All right. I sent you. We had significant NPCs from previous are Jonah, the 10 guards, the 2 masters, and the all from the tree are like at least the more important NPCs that have survived.
Yep.
All right. After all that, I'm just gonna say, brother, do I still have my room?
He looks back to you and he says, "You sleep with the rest of the crew."
With the crew, at least. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording here.